That's great. Olie just asked if we were going to stand for a national anthem. I asked him to sit. Boys, it's great to have such a talented group with us. I'm hoping that you can hear through the Sage system. We're going to dive into some questions. First off, for Rod Langway, during your era, net front defensemen played with an incredible physical display. In what ways have you seen the game change?
I think it's more talented, using the feet, skating skills, I think, and the refereeing has completely changed the game for a defenseman that plays physical.
Absolutely. Calle, you came to Washington in 1988. In your time wearing the team's colors, coaching the team, working with the club, watching the team from home in Sweden, how have you seen this organization grow?
Well, obviously with the young group of guys over there, they took it to a totally new level than what we had. We had Olie, we had Rod and all that, but these guys, I'm sorry about this, but those guys, they took it to a whole other level. Nick, Ovi, Calle, and even Holtby, you know, those guys, they did it all.
Olie, as Calle pays tribute to those guys, we all have very fond memories of the Capitals' first ever run to a Stanley Cup final in '98. You were a very pivotal player in that run. What do you remember most about that team and that postseason?
Well, it was obviously a very special group of guys, and I've been given a lot of credit for that run. But you look at the team that we had. We were balanced. We were deep on the point up front. We had multiple goal scorers. I think we were just a team that was destined for something good. Unfortunately, we ran into one of the all-time great teams in NHL history.
Detroit was pretty good then, but they were running into Godzilla, and that was a really good thing and a performance by you that we'll always remember. Peter, you were 22 years old when you broke into the NHL. You weren't on very many people's radar at the time. Who are the players, the coaches, the managers who helped you become the NHL great that we know?
I think everybody from beginning, from day one, I wasn't sure where I was coming. First ever NHL game I saw, I was in it. And from beginning, yes.
The first game he ever saw, he was in.
Yeah, there's no special social media or internet, or especially I come from communist country where you don't have access to the Western world. But from day one, I felt I was in the right spot. But at the same time, looking back, I always tried to speak, even I wasn't able properly to speak. I tried to work hard. When you do all the stuff, the little things in the locker room and practices, people watch you and they want to even help you more. And I was lucky to be surrounded with great teammates. And obviously, the first year, Rod was here, Neil Sheehy, Mike Pivanka, and others. So, like I said, I was lucky to be surrounded with great people where every day they tried to help me. And after that, I take an opportunity and what I was given and move on. And I'm still here for the last 35 years in DMV area.
And it's always great to see you. Always great to see you around the rink. Braden, I'm going to start with you. Before you broke into the NHL ranks for good in 2012, there was a lot of competition for that #1 goaltending job. How did you acquire the attributes, the intangibles that made you successful and so consistent throughout your career?
I have no idea. I mean, I just... One day at a time. I mean, I came in here as a naive kid. I know there was guys in front of me, but I was pretty happy to just be playing professional hockey and having this guy to my right show me the way, you know, and Hershey. And no, I mean, it was a great organization from the start, right? From in the minor leagues from South Carolina up, and it was just try and prove yourself day in and day out. And luckily, they took a chance on me.
Pleasure to watch you work, man. Pleasure to watch you work. John Carlson, many terrific defensemen have worn the Capitals sweater. Langway, Stevens, Hatcher, I could go on and on and on. Many now regard you as the greatest defenseman in Caps history. How do you react to that statement?
Well, I think that depends on who you talk to, but just being, you know, in the same conversation as some greats on the stage, some greats that that you mentioned. As a young kid, you could have never dreamed of a scenario like that. So just grateful for all the opportunities that this game's given me, and happy to share it with the fans and these teammates and some coaches along the way. It's been a great run.
Thank you, John. Thank you. Great to see number 19 up here with us. Nicklas, you and Alex will be forever linked together. You as the great setup man, Alex as the great shooter. How long did it take for the two of you to really get on the same page with each other in the offensive end?
I would say a coaching change.
One coaching change. I think I remember that day.
No, I think we found each other pretty quickly, to be honest. I mean, obviously we were young both when we got here. We were hanging out off the ice, on the ice, and then all of a sudden we start clicking. I mean, that's just how it happened, and I think it helped us a lot that we were hanging out off the ice as well and try to connect there.
It was a team that really liked to have fun. Alex, look at this turnout. These fans have loved you since you arrived in 2005. How much have you and your teammates benefited from their support throughout the years?
Yeah, like, you know, for me, obviously, it was a very hard moment when I came from my hometown to this organization, to Washington, D.C., but since day one, Ted Leonce, George McPhee, all my old teammates from my first year, they welcomed me so welcome, you know, like, I don't have much English in my, like, I don't know English at all, so it was pretty hard for me to understand what they want from me, but, you know, Zubi was here, he was kind of my translating guy, you know, and then my language get a little bit better, so I feel more comfortable here right away, and you know, like, I'm never gonna, I'm always saying, like, it's not only me, it's only everybody who play with me, coaching staff, trainers. Obviously, Becky was, he's the guy who give me all those passes and, you know, all those assists. But, yeah, without my team, without love from you guys, love from ownership, I would never reach that kind of stone, so yeah.
Great to hear the roars when you do something wonderful, Alex. Phenomenal. Back to Rod Langway. I want you to brag a little bit about John Carlson. You were so instrumental in the team's history. How great is it to see John doing what he's doing, how he's evolved, and everything that he's accomplished?
I'm really kind of pissed off. But, you know, he does things that's very simple, and it looks like it's easy for him. And the way he skates and moves the puck, and he's got the knack of scoring goals when you really need them. And it's just another player that seems like he loves being here, and he loves the game. And for a fan, which I am, it's nice to see.
Yeah. Calle, let's continue to talk about defense. The game today, faster than ever. From a defenseman's point of view, why does it take blue liners longer to develop in the NHL?
Ooh, that's a good question. Why? I don't know. Does it really take them longer to develop? I don't know. It's I think today the D all over the world, they want to score goals. They want to be offensive. What it takes longer to develop is the defensive part of the game, I think. And as John here, we talk about him, he's got it all. He's an all-around defenseman. It's easy to look at, they say great defensemen around the league. Yeah, they score 100 points, but can they really play defense? I don't know. John is the other way around. He likes to take care of his own end, but he can also play offense. And I don't know why it takes longer, but I think it's because everybody wants to be more offensive nowadays, you know.
Bonsai pointing out there's only 6 of them compared to 12 forwards. This is true. You've done the math homework. Olie, we've been seeing you around training camp, and it's a wonderful thing to see you. You've been helping develop the younger prospects for a number of years now. From your past experience, what's the most important piece of information and advice that you're giving the Capitals' young prospects these days?
To let it just let it come to them. Don't, when I was, and I think all of us are guilty of that to an extent, when you first get drafted, you want to be in the NHL yesterday. And you go out, you play a game, you have a good game, you're waiting for that, okay, when am I going to get the call? And it's not about that. It's about developing your game, becoming consistent. And so what I tell the young guys is just go out there and do what you can take care of night in and night out. If you're good enough to play, you're going to play. And you can't control what happens behind management doors. You can't control what happens with your partner. The only thing you can control is yourself. And so I just say go out, be yourself, and eventually you're going to make it if you do all the little things right.
Darn right, but it's got to be hard to be patient. I know it's hard to be patient. Peter, you are a fantastic goal scorer. Over 500 of them in your career. When you think about Alex Ovechkin's goal totals, what impresses you the most?
Well, Ovi, could you stop, please?
Please
for a couple
stop.
when you
No.
No. I was gonna say, yeah, the goal score job is probably the toughest job. You never know when you're gonna score next goal. I know you have a teammates and team around you, but sometimes things don't necessarily go well your way. You need to find a way how to go through that slump, or you need to keep working hard and all the other stuff around. But about Alex, his shot is, I haven't seen anybody. I play against a lot of goal scorers in the National Hockey League, like Brad Hall and some others, but Ovi's shot is something different level, different everything about him. So it's good to see as a fan to watch him play for so many years in DC and have a success. And so keep going, Olie. So keep going.
His shot, your shot, very hard for us to describe on TV and radio. I'm telling you that.
Oh, thanks.
Back to you, Braden. A lot in the same vein where we're seeing Olie around the team a lot. It's been great to see you helping with the Caps goalies during training camp. You're not far removed from your own playing days. What advice have you been delivering the most to the Capitals netminders in the last few weeks?
Not a ton yet. I'm trying to not overload them with anything. I mainly just hear John in the hallway yelling "Coach" every time he sees me now. So. No, I mean, it's exciting. I think being away from here for a few years, you start to see everything big picture wise and be more grateful of everything. And you know, especially when I moved away from here, you realize how close this team is to your heart and how many good people are involved in the entire organization. And I feel like it is, you know, all of my responsibility to pass that on and pass it on to the young guys, especially, to give them all the help I can and we can give them to have success in this organization and have the organization have success in turn. So, you know, it's been fun and I've been grateful to be back.
Keep up the good work. It's great to see you around the team. John, you led the league in ice time per game last season. The Caps have added reinforcements on the blue line this year with Jacob Chychrun and Matt Roy. How have you helped them understand the Caps' defensive approach in training camp?
Well, I think that there's obviously a reason they're there. So these aren't spring chickens. They're great National Hockey League players that I think mentorship and leadership and all that. It all depends on who the people are, and certainly these guys have had success where they've been. So I'm not going to go out of my way to change anything about them and just try to see where it leads. They're two fantastic players. I'm looking forward to playing alongside. I think they're going to be pivotal players for our team this season and beyond. And I think from a leadership or whatever standpoint, I just let them do their thing. They're going to be best at that.
Can't wait to see them mesh well with you. Nicklas, I hope you'll have fun with me on this question. Please, to the degree that you can. You and your teammates at the beginning of the Rock the Red era. Explain to us as much as you can how much fun you guys were having together and who was closest to you in that group.
Yeah, I mean, obviously that was a special time for sure. I mean, I think everything pretty much took off there when we made the playoffs there for the, we haven't done that in a while, so everything started Rock the Red, the young guns. It was pretty wild actually, and I mean, the good thing about it was we were young, so we didn't really think about it at the time, but we really enjoyed it. We did a lot of fun stuff. I mean, we were hanging out, even if, I mean, we're different land, the countries, but we were hanging out with each other, which was great. That's how you bond. And I would say me, Ovi, Salmon, and Green were still hanging out off the ice, so that was fun. And obviously all the other players too.
Absolutely. It was a fun time to be on those planes and buses with you guys. Lastly, Alex, when Wayne Gretzky retired in 1999, most people thought his goal-scoring record would be untouchable. Today, basically, you and Wayne are in the same sentence every day. What impact does that have on you as you make this chase?
Well, obviously, it's still 42, right? 42 goals. So it's I'm not getting young, I'm getting old. But most important thing to stay healthy and do my job. You know, try to score goals, try to create, play physical, and you know, most important thing is for us, it's win another cup. It's not about the record. It's win another cup. I hope you know, the team what we have right now, the boys, how I said before, like, we're all excited. We can't wait when the season starts, and you know, and without you fans, we if we're gonna, you have to support us, man. So so yeah, we're gonna do our best. We're gonna do our best. We're gonna play hard, and we'll see what happens.
Alex, we know you'll do your job and do it very, very well. Thank you all for being with us. We hope you enjoy this long weekend of celebrations.